Hey, what's up, team? This is Eddie Gray back at it again. Today we're talking about post-production secrets. Quick shout out to my cousin. This is a song that we collaborated on. I'll put the link in the description so you can check out his work. Okay, so today I want to show you a technique that I haven't really shown anywhere else. I thought, you know what? Let's get into it. Let's show people how to get to work. And so what I'm going to do is pull up this session. And I'm going to kind of work under the impression that you didn't have enough time to really put your stamp of approval on your track. Maybe you had to deliver it. Maybe you just had to move on to the next client. Whatever the case may be, you still want to go back and add a little bit of magic to it. Now, most people, I'll tell you what, they're going to do all of this work inside of the session. And this is exactly what you and I are not going to do. So here's the existing session. Check it out. And the reason we're going to get out of the box, so to speak, is because we're going to think differently. Now, before I go on into the session, I'm going to create a track alternative here. So I have developed a post-production track alternative. It's right here. That being the case, I need to close all of these tracks out. I don't need anything inside of my session. You could have the effects on there if you want. I'm going to hit Shift Command I to import a file. And I am looking for this track here called Syrup. And we're going to bring in the full mastered version. Now, of course, this is the mastered version. So it's imperative that we turn off any and all mastering plugins that we may be using. So we're going to go ahead, click on the channel strip setting, and we're going to reset the channel strip. All right. So then now, this is square one, and I'm going to show you a couple things to make your song a little bit more interesting. So the very first thing is make sure that your markers are set up, because that's going to really help you visualize the track. All right. And then after that, you need to listen to the track from beginning to end. You want to grab your phone, take notes while the song is playing out. That's a really good idea. So let's go ahead and listen for something. All right, so right there, we could have added a slowdown effect. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just throwing around some ideas here. Now, remember, this song's already mastered, so we're not going to add any additional processing. Okay, so that could be a cool transition there. I'm not saying we have to. Let me go ahead and pull this back and see what it sounds like. But we could do a stutter effect like that. Let me switch over from beat over to division on my snap to grid, and let's see if we can make something else pop. Okay, yeah, so then basically we'll take these 4 divisions, and I'm using the help tag to help me along here. All right, so we can do something like that. We can also just shorten these a little bit. Right now, there I am off the grid on ticks. Let's listen to this. All right, I actually kind of like that, to be honest. But in order to pull it off, you want to make sure that you apply a little bit of a fade. Let's check this out. All right, so little things like that could really make the difference. I'm not saying the previous fill wasn't good enough. I'm just saying you still want to put your touch on it, but you just didn't get the chance to for whatever reason, or you just need a new workflow, and I want you to try this out. And as a thank you, you're going to go ahead and subscribe. You're going to go ahead and like and share this video. Thank you very much. All right, let's keep going here. Okay, I got one more right here. Okay, so I think the way we're gonna pull this off is we're gonna break this up into two. Yeah, so I'm gonna chop this guy in half, and then I'm gonna create two audio tracks, okay? And then I'm gonna bring these down, and we're going to pan these by means of true stereo pan. So let's go ahead and click here, pan this over to the left. All right, good. We'll do the same on this side. I'm going to remove low end in both cases just to make this a little bit easier. And then when we do transition, it feels a little bit more natural, hopefully. Let's take a listen. Yeah, so that was really nice, right? That's something that would have been really challenging to do if I was inside of the session per se. So the only thing with this work is you want to make sure that there's no clicks or pops. So go ahead and take your time while you create your transitions. Okay, so that sounded good. Click actually came from up here. So we're just going to create a very slight fade. These don't have to be audible per se. Okay, so actually here's another example where we can pull this off. I think what I'm gonna do, 30 seconds. Yeah, let's try this out. Okay, so we could do this kind of thing where we create stutters all across. Let's see how this sounds. Yeah, so that's way more interesting in my opinion. Let me get off of the grid here by switching over to that. All right, check this out. All right, now in order to pull that off, I do have to make sure that this is louder. And then again, going back to the concept of fading to avoid clicks or pops. All right, good. Same goes not just for fading out, but of course, fading in, because that could sound a little bit unnatural. Well, that was all right. Now it would take a lot more time on this, but of course, I'm just showing you here. All right, that actually sounds pretty decent. And let me just increase the volume of that one more time. Yeah, listen to that. Okay, and actually here's a perfect scenario where I would add something that originally wasn't on the session. I would throw on a riser. Now I'm looking for something that's pretty much a bar long. So let me click on beats here and let me just search for 4 beats, 1 bar. Okay, we'll go with this one. I'm not saying this is the one that I would add per se, just kind of giving you the example. Let me just see where that beat comes right back in. All right, so say we like the fade there, but it just wasn't enough. I think it comes in here. Oh, right, it's right on the 1 actually. So then what I'll do with this one is I'll bring this in on the right side, and then maybe just pan it across. Let's see what this looks and feels like. Yeah, maybe cut it a little bit earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right there. All right, so then now got a little bit more impact, a little bit more magic. All right, now look, we're going to transition into the extended training. If you want to be a part of that, go ahead and click on the link in the description. I'm going to go over some post-production secrets that I've never gone over before that'll take your songs to the next level. I will catch you guys there. Thank you so much for the support. Take good care. Stay up.